A remarkable new documentary that takes us into Princess Diana's last days, counting them down, retracing her steps, and revealing a secret love affair.
Between family intrigue and lavish public affairs, Princess Diana rarely experienced a dull moment.
Princess Diana's love life was always under the spotlight, especially after her split from Prince Charles. Throughout the years, several men were romantically linked to her. However, much of these rumors remained unconfirmed. But now, something surprising has come to light. Before her tragic death, Diana reportedly revealed who she truly considered the love of her life.
We have reports from Paris that Diana, Princess of Wales, has been killed in a car accident.
This was someone she called her soulmate and the greatest love she ever had. But who was this man, and why did Diana choose him over Prince Charles? Join us as we uncover who Princess Diana revealed as her lover before her death. Princess Diana's romantic relationships during her marriage. Before Diana became involved with well-known figures like Dodi Fayed or Hasnat Khan, her first deep emotional connection outside her marriage was with a man far from the public spotlight, Barry Manicky, her royal bodyguard. He entered Diana's life in 1985 when he was assigned as her personal protection officer.
Princess Anne jokes with the Queen about Diana's extramarital relationships, including one with her bodyguard, surprisingly.
A role that required him to be close to her on a daily basis. At the time, Diana's marriage to Prince Charles was already strained, and Manicky's presence gave her comfort that she wasn't receiving at home. The relationship between the two gradually deepened, and Diana began confiding in him more than anyone else in the palace. Eventually, the unexpected happened. During this period, Diana started experiencing feelings she had not known in her royal life. In secret recordings later known as the Diana tapes, made in the early 1990s by her voice coach Peter Setlin, Diana openly described Manicky as someone she was deeply in love with. She explained how his support made her feel protected and how his attention filled a void she had long struggled with. She called him the greatest love she had ever known up to that point, emphasizing how emotionally attached she had become. Though they never officially confirmed a romantic affair in public, Diana's own words strongly suggest that the relationship crossed from professional into personal. So when palace officials began noticing how close the princess and the bodyguard had become, there were immediate concerns. Rumors spread among the staff and royal helpers, leading to secret but firm decisions. Manicky was soon removed from his position in 1986, officially under the reason of standard reassignment. Diana later revealed she was devastated by the decision, saying it felt like someone had chopped off my arms. The removal ended daily contact between them, but Diana reportedly held on to the emotional impact for years. According to her, the separation was not just painful, it was forced. And just a year later, in 1987, Manicky was killed in a motorcycle accident in East London while riding as a passenger. He was 39 years old. The police report concluded that it was a tragic accident. The motorcycle collided with a car after reportedly speeding. But Diana never accepted the conclusion without question. In those same tapes, she expressed doubt, saying thought he was bumped off. Her suspicions were never substantiated, and there was no official investigation into foul play. Yet the timing and circumstances of his death continued to trouble her for the rest of her life. But it didn't end there. More revelations came to light later. Some conspiracy theorists believe that a mysterious driver helped cause the crash that killed Barry Manicky, who they say was Princess Diana's true love. They think it wasn't really an accident at all, but something planned by people who wanted him gone. According to these theories, on the night of May 14, 1987, a 17-year-old girl named Nicola Chop was getting ready to turn right from Hermitage Walk onto Woodford High Road. At the same time, a mysterious car an estate car was showing a signal to turn left into the same side street. This driver somehow caused what happened next, leading to the crash. A young woman later identified as Miss Chop was also involved. She was training to be a beauty therapist and had only passed her driving test 6 weeks earlier. On that night, she pulled her red Ford Fiesta onto the main road, right into the path of a motorcycle. On the motorcycle were 2 people, Sergeant Stephen Pete, who was driving, and Barry Manicky, who was riding as a passenger. Sergeant Pete was also a police officer and a colleague of Manicky. He reacted quickly and managed to swerve, avoiding a direct crash into Miss Chop's car. Even though he missed the car, both men were thrown off the motorcycle. Barry Manicky was thrown into the side of the car and suffered serious injuries to his spine. He died almost immediately. What even made the accident more suspicious is that instead of stopping after the crash, the mystery estate car kept driving into Hermitage Walk and disappeared. It was never seen or found again. This conspiracy theory was made public in 2004 when the American news channel NBC showed a video of Princess Diana. The video had been recorded by her voice coach, Peter Settlein, and showed Diana speaking openly about her personal life.
Nobody to physically scream at or someone put their arms around me, just listen.
It's a tape of Princess Diana unlike any you've ever seen.
Princess Diana believed that after Manicky was removed from royal protection, he was later killed. Diana later referred to Barry Manicky as the greatest love she ever had. But beyond Barry Manicky, Princess Diana was also accused of having an affair with another man during her marriage, an accusation she later confirmed herself. Let's find out who he was. Princess Diana's most controversial affairs. During her marriage, during the late 1980s, while Princess Diana was trapped in an unhappy marriage with Prince Charles, she began a relationship that would later stir both controversy and conspiracy. It was her affair with Cavalry Officer James Hewitt. At the time, Diana was increasingly isolated within the royal family and struggling with the emotional toll of her troubled marriage. It was during this period that she met Hewitt, a British Army officer who had been brought in to give her riding lessons. So as the riding sessions continued, Diana and Hewitt grew closer. What started as a casual friendship turned into something more intimate. In later years, Hewitt confirmed that their relationship lasted for about 5 years. Diana, too, later admitted to it publicly.
For instance, when she first met Major James Hewitt, who would later become her lover, she was still taken.
In her 1995 BBC Panorama interview with journalist Martin Bashir, she addressed the rumors head-on, saying that she adored James Hewitt and was indeed in love with him. Her statement marked the first time she openly acknowledged her feelings for Hewitt. But once their affair became known within royal circles, it drew concern and eventually public attention. Diana and Hewitt kept the relationship private for several years, but it began to unravel under the pressure of increasing scrutiny. Hewitt was eventually posted abroad, and the physical distance made it harder for them to maintain the connection. According to Hewitt, the relationship started to fade, not because of a falling out, but because of circumstance and separation. And over time, the story of their affair took on a life of its own, especially when Hewitt chose to publish details about the relationship in books. In the mid-1980s, James Hewitt released Love and War, which discussed his time with Diana, though it was met with public criticism. Many people viewed it as a betrayal, especially since Diana was still alive when the book was released. He later published Princess in Love, further elaborating on the affair, which added fuel to the media firestorm. Still, despite public backlash, Hewitt maintained that the relationship had been genuine and full of mutual affection. In later interviews, he said he loved Diana deeply and regretted the way things turned out. However, his decision to go public with personal details left a lasting stain on his public image. Diana herself never criticized him directly, but those close to her suggested she was disappointed by his decision to speak to the press and publish books about their time together. James Hewitt remained one of the most significant and controversial figures in Diana's private life. While their affair ended long before her death, and despite all the drama that followed, Diana never denied that she had loved him. However, their relationship sparked a conspiracy theory that continues to this day, one that might just surprise you. As a result of Princess Diana's alleged relationship with James Hewitt, many people began to question Prince Harry's paternity. For a long time, people have been speculating that Prince Charles might not be Prince Harry's real father. These rumors started because some people think Prince Harry looks more like James Hewitt, a man his mother, Princess Diana, was friends with. Even though these rumors are not confirmed, they still hurt Prince Harry.
Prince Harry is addressing those rumors about his real father. For decades, there has been speculation that Princess Diana's former lover, James Hewitt, is the 38-year-old's dad, not King Charles III.
Now, Prince Harry wants to make sure his son Archie doesn't have to deal with the same painful rumors and doubts about who his real father is. But there are more to Prince Harry's rumored paternity that many didn't know. The rumors began even before the unfortunate death of Princess Diana. Princess Diana's companion has said these rumors are completely untrue. According to him, Prince Harry's paternity, or who his real father is, was never in question. These false rumors started in the tabloids, which are newspapers that often print sensational or untrue stories. The rumors were very hurtful to Princess Diana and caused her a lot of pain. He also revealed that the people who have been guessing that Prince Harry's real father might be James Hewitt, a man who taught Princess Diana how to ride horses, are all wrong. Some thought this because Hewitt and Prince Harry share some physical traits, like red hair and freckles. However, Princess Diana's hairstylist, Richard Dalton, says this is not possible. He explains that Prince Harry was born before Princess Diana even met James Hewitt. This means that Hewitt could not be Prince Harry's biological father. Dalton shares more about his relationship with Princess Diana in his recent memoir. He talks about their close bond and shares some stories. Dalton's book helps set the record straight about Prince Harry's parentage. In the book, it was revealed that the Spencer family, which is Princess Diana's family, has a history of having red hair. This means that Prince Harry's red hair might come from his mother's side of the family. Charles Spencer, Princess Diana's brother, had very bright red hair when he was in college. He would often cut his hair, but the red color was still very noticeable. That is not all. Sarah Spencer, Princess Diana's sister, also has beautiful, bright red hair. She's not the only one in the family with red hair, but her hair is especially striking. Jane Spencer, another one of Princess Diana's sisters, had a similar hair color to Diana's. While she might not have had bright red hair like some of the other family members, her hair color was still similar to Diana's. So, looking at the Spencer family's history of red hair, it's possible that Prince Harry got his red hair from his mother's side of the family. Dalton further confirmed that Prince Diana used to get upset over these rumors. Diana reportedly met Hewitt for the first time in 1986, and this was 2 years after Prince Harry was born. Diana and Hewitt were very close, and that lasted 3 years, from 1989 to 1991, and Prince Harry was born long before Diana even met James Hewitt. On Princess Diana's relationship with James Hewitt, Dalton has said that Princess Diana was a young woman who didn't get enough love and closeness from her husband, Charles. Not only that, she had felt like she was only there to have babies for him. Diana was also very hurt because she found out that Charles was not being faithful to her. This made her feel betrayed. Around the same time, Diana was when she met James Hewitt. They had a close relationship, but Hewitt later wrote a book about it.
But when it came to her passionate affair with writing instructor James Hewitt, she just couldn't rein it in.
This made it seem like he was bragging about being with Diana rather than actually loving her. The media, especially the newspapers, were very unfair to Diana. They kept writing stories about her and James Hewitt, which made her feel tormented. However, the whole rumors didn't end that period. Many years later, Prince Harry, Diana's son, got very upset with the newspapers again. They were still writing mean stories about him and his family. In 2023, Harry decided to take action. He sued the Daily Mirror newspaper for using unfair and unlawful practice to get stories about him. Harry wanted to stop the newspapers from hurting him and his family with their mean stories. Although Princess Diana's alleged relationship with James Hewitt remains one of the most talked about, it wasn't her only romantic involvement. After her divorce, Diana had relationships with other men that also drew public attention. Stay tuned as we uncover the details behind these intriguing chapters of her love life. Princess Diana's love life after divorce. In 1995, Diana began a discreet romantic relationship with Hasnat Khan, a British Pakistani heart surgeon working at the Royal Brompton Hospital in London. Their meeting happened through mutual friends when Diana visited a friend's husband who was undergoing heart surgery. It was during this visit that she first saw Hasnat and reportedly felt drawn to him. Despite their different worlds, Diana being the most photographed woman on the planet, and he, a private and reserved doctor, they developed a close connection that gradually turned into a serious 2-year relationship. But even as their bond grew stronger, the relationship was kept private. Diana went to great lengths to visit him in secret, sometimes dressing in disguises to avoid being seen. According to Paul Burrell, Diana's former butler, she would sneak out of Kensington Palace and make unannounced visits to the hospital where Hasnat worked. These visits were not casual encounters. She would spend time with him during his breaks and sometimes sit in his office while he worked. Her friends later said this was the most stable and emotionally secure relationship she ever had. Moreover, Diana took their relationship seriously enough to consider profound life changes. Her friend Jemima Khan, who was married to Pakistani cricketer Imran Khan at the time, confirmed that Diana asked her questions about what it would be like to marry a Pakistani man and live in Pakistan. In 1996 and again in 1997, Diana made visits to Lahore, where she met Hasnat's family and sought their approval. These visits were not official royal trips. They were personal, tied directly to her relationship with Hasnat. It was also during this time that Diana reportedly considered converting to Islam, a step she discussed with her close friends and aides. Still, despite how deeply they cared for each other, the relationship began to strain under pressure. Hasnat reportedly didn't want to live under the constant media attention that followed Diana. He valued privacy and was uncomfortable with the idea of being part of such a public life. Diana, on the other hand, increasingly felt the burden of trying to protect their relationship from the press. By the summer of 1997, just weeks before her death, Diana ended the relationship. It was a painful decision, but she felt the cultural differences and media intrusion made a future together impossible. Even after the breakup, Diana continued to refer to Hasnat in emotional terms. She described him to close friends as her soulmate, and once said he was the only man who ever truly understood her. Paul Burrell echoed these claims in later interviews, saying that Diana had seriously considered marrying Hasnat, and that she was devastated when the relationship ended. According to Burrell, Diana even asked him to help explore the possibility of living a quiet life with Hasnat abroad. After Diana's death in August 1997, Hasnat was called to testify at the inquest into her passing. In his statement, he confirmed that they had been in a serious relationship that lasted from 1995 until the summer of 1997. He denied being the source of any leaks to the press and said he was deeply affected by her death. Royal biographers like Tina Brown and Andrew Morton, as well as many insiders, later wrote that Hasnat Khan was the true love of Diana's life. They pointed out that unlike other men in her life, Hasnat never spoke publicly for profit and remained respectful of her memory. But that was not all. Another romantic relationship Diana had after her divorce was with Dodi Fayed, the Egyptian film producer and son of billionaire Mohammed Al Fayed. Their relationship began in the summer of 1997, just weeks after Diana ended her 2-year romance with Hasnat Khan. Diana had been invited to vacation with Dodi and his family aboard their private yacht in the Mediterranean. During this time, paparazzi captured photos of the pair lounging on deck, walking arm in arm and appearing visibly close, immediately sparking rumors of a new romance. Dodi had been engaged briefly to an American model earlier that year, but he ended the engagement abruptly after meeting Diana. Still, their relationship moved quickly and was always in the spotlight. During the summer, Diana and Dodi were seen together in places like Saint-Tropez, Sardinia, and Paris, with paparazzi following them everywhere they went. Many of the photos showed public displays of affection, including one particularly famous shot of them kissing on the yacht, an image that made headlines around the world. Some of Diana's friends later claimed that this new romance might have been an attempt to provoke a reaction from Hasnat Khan, the man she had deeply loved and had recently separated from due to cultural and lifestyle differences. Others believed that Diana had grown tired of being heartbroken and was simply seeking companionship with someone who made her feel valued and cared for in the moment. But even as public interest in the relationship grew, the private details remained unclear. While Mohammed Al Fayed, Dodi's father, insisted that the couple was about to announce their engagement and claimed Dodi had bought a ring, there was no official confirmation or physical evidence, such as the ring itself. Diana never publicly confirmed the nature of their relationship, and some of her close friends were divided on the seriousness of it. Some believed it was a rebound, a way for her to move on from Hasnat, while others said she appeared happy and lighthearted during that summer. Journalist friends said she was more relaxed than she had been in years, and her schedule became increasingly tied to Dodi's, which hinted at deeper involvement. Still, Diana and Dodi continued to be seen together in the weeks leading to her death. On August 30th, 1997, they arrived in Paris after spending time together in the south of France. That night, the couple left the Ritz Hotel, owned by Mohammed Al Fayed, and entered a black Mercedes-Benz to escape the paparazzi waiting outside. The car crashed in the Pont de l'Alma tunnel shortly after midnight, killing Dodi and the driver instantly.
Dodi Fayed also died, as did the driver of the car.
Diana was critically injured and later died in hospital on August 31st, 1997. Their deaths were followed by global mourning and intense media coverage. Millions around the world watched the funeral, and many blamed the relentless pursuit by the paparazzi as the ultimate cause of her tragic end. Meanwhile, conspiracy theories quickly began to spread, mostly because Dodi's father, Mohammed Al Fayed, strongly believed the crash wasn't an accident. He said the British establishment didn't want Diana to marry a Muslim man and claimed the crash was planned. But two official investigations, one in France in 1999 and another in the UK in 2006 called Operation Paget, found that the crash happened because the driver, Henri Paul, lost control of the car. He had been drinking, and they were being chased by paparazzi. The reports found no proof that it was anything more than a terrible accident. Still, many people continued to wonder if there was more to the story, especially since Diana had once said she feared someone might try to harm her. Even though Diana and Dodi were only together for a short time, and people still debate how serious their relationship was, Dodi Fade was the last man Diana was known to be with before she died. Whether it was true love or just a short romance, it became the final chapter in Diana's complicated love life. What are your thoughts on Princess Diana's romantic relationships with men other than Prince Charles, both during her marriage and after their divorce? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, click on the next video on your screen. You won't want to miss it.